Under pressure, I'm gon' babe. Did you shine when I rested to escape? Every yes turn, lessons not safe. I'm my name, they go loud in the bed.
Hey everyone, welcome to Under Pressure. Today's guest is someone I know deeply, my fiancé and partner in life in business. She is the founder and CEO of TrapNative Brand, and she's also stepping boldly into a creative new lane as a music artist under the name CeoSmiley. This conversation is about pressure, purpose, love, business, and evolution, as well as what it looks like to build while being seen. Welcome, CeoSmiley.
Thank you so much. Thanks, babe.
How do you feel?
I feel great. The first thing I want to before I even do this interview, I want to just say congratulations to you. You know what I'm saying? Taking that risk. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about is coming out and taking that risk. And I just want to say many blessings to you. And I want you to know how proud of you that I am of you, because I have known wholeheartedly since day one how much this is something that you wanted to do. So first of all, before we get into this interview, we gotta all hail to the first lady.
I'm the first.
For you.
Thank you, babe. I really appreciate you. This definitely is something that I have aspired to do for quite some time. And to be honest with you, I realize that timing is everything, and you never rush into things that you're trying to start. For me, I've always wanted to do a podcast. I am a stickler. I love watching different types of podcasts. I love interviews, getting to know the artists, the people that I love to watch, the people that I admire, and just to see what their life is really like, just getting to know them as if they're right next to me. And look, the first person is my beautiful partner. I love her dearly, and I am definitely inspired.
Don't make me blush.
In so many ways, because not only is she a stand-up person, her character speaks volumes for a lot of things that I aspire for myself as well. It's definitely been a journey. Especially getting to know yourself. And for me, I realized with her, she's always known who she is and has never switched up, not one time. And I admire that about her, for standing true to herself, staying true to her word, staying true to who she is, and never folding for anything. So,
wow.
This is the truth.
Thank you for that. The only thing I can say is that, I don't know how to be anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was brung up to be the most original I could be. There, I grew up in a big family, and originality just stood out. So here I am.
Very, very original. Very original. She definitely is one of a kind. So without hesitation, let's get into our interview. Now, my first question for you is, who is CeoSmiley behind the titles?
CeoSmiley is a very compassionate person. If I had to describe myself, I would say I'm a big teddy bear. I can come off as intimidating because I'm very blunt about, and about what I feel, and very passionate about, right and wrong. So, but underneath everything, I'm just a cuddly teddy bear trying to keep the world smiling, trying to encourage as many people on my journey as I can. And the goal is everybody.
This is very true. If you know to know her is to love her. And if you know right from wrong, she's going to make sure you stand on it. That's just what I believe. Not what I've seen from the beginning till now. When did you realize you didn't have to fit into one box?
I've never felt like I had to fit in one box. But like I said before, growing up in a big family, originality was big and you had to stand out. I mean, there was a lot of us. You had to stand out. I mean, we were stair steps and you just had to stand out where I came from. Or, just basic.
Wow. Just basic, it doesn't cut it, right?
Basic will never cut it for me. Never, 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 never.
Never. Now, what does the name CeoSmiley represent for you as a woman?
Well, I say this all the time. For me, CEO actually means conquering every obstacle. You could throw anything at my way. I might not know how to do it, but I'll find out how to do it, because I believe that anything that anybody else does, I'm able to do. I just have to learn how to do it. And I love learning new things. Hence now my new walk on my journey now. I just love to try new things. I love learning things.
So I have a bonus question for you real quick.
Bonus!
I know. Before I go into the next set of questions.
Only you. I'll let you do that. Hey, so listen, y'all, don't try this. Don't try this. Don't try this.
See, I know what buttons to push. It's okay. So for you, CeoSmiley, how do you feel about the name CeoSmiley? And do you feel like it's a lot to live up to with that name?
Whew, that's a great question because, of course, my lovely fiancé gave me that name when we first started the organization. Support is free, and I loved it, and I tried to embrace it as much as I can. But it definitely is a heavy thing to wear and a big role to stay in. Everybody's watching. Everybody wants to make sure that you're doing the right thing. Everybody wants to make sure that you're leading people in the right direction and showing people the right things. And as a CEO, you got to stand up to that. So, yeah, I just try to make sure I stay in character.
Okay. Well, that's a good one. I'm happy about that question. What inspired you to start TrapNative Brand?
Well, I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I worked a job just over broke for 17 years. And while I was there, all I could do was vision, of making this amount of money and effort and dedication that I had for that job for myself. And so the first thing I wanted to do, I was living in hot Atlanta. Let's go. Give it up for the 404. But yeah, so I was out there and I don't know if y'all know, but that's where Trap started. Let's go. Trap. Let's go. And I started a t-shirt brand called TrapNative. And it was about taking that risk and prospering.
Okay, very well said. As a woman founder, what pressure did you face?
Whew. Just being able to hold my own and be able to sustain, on top of that being, LGBT community, you know what I'm saying? All that played a role into it. But once you grind and once you got a hustle and the gift of gab, and baby, do I got the gift of gab, you're going to be successful. You just got to be able to take a risk so you can prosper.
Most definitely. Now, was there ever a moment you thought about quitting?
Every day.
Really?
Every day. It doesn't faze me, but the thought crosses my mind every day. But the ambition that I have gets me right through that. So every day I'm struggling with what avenue I want to go because I'm an all-around entertainer. So, and a lot of times society only accepts one part or this part or that part of you, So, especially on my new journey, I really have been like, it's like starting over from scratch, but I'm always down for a challenge. Let's go. So,
speaking about society, do you feel society plays a role in the thoughts of quitting?
Yeah, they definitely play a role, but I wouldn't say that role is so big. It's more of for me of just trying to find my permanent lane. But now I am just accepting the fact that I'm all over the place. I'm an all over entertainer, and it might be this today. It might be that tomorrow. It might be both today. It might be both tomorrow.
That is definitely one thing for sure. CeoSmiley definitely owns her craft, and she is very multi-talented, in my opinion, because I've seen her in spaces where.
Is there another CeoSmiley? Oh, okay. All right.
I don't know. I'm talking about this particular CeoSmiley that is right here. I've seen her in so many different spaces where you put her somewhere or she's somewhere and she definitely just makes it I don't want to say priority. I think she just stands out because her personality is so big. And for some people, it may come across as a bit much, but I just feel like her personality is just so bright. She can be in any room and definitely make sure that everybody around her is laughing, smiling, or even get them to talk. People who don't even normally talk, like myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about encouraging somebody, making somebody else feel good, because that's where I get my joy from at the end of the day, just knowing that, somebody else was feeling good, even if it was just for that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, just for that moment. Like, it don't have to be forever. It can't be forever. It won't be forever for me. But for that moment, the joy that I have and it helps me sleep at night, in the daytime, in the afternoon.
And I've definitely seen that firsthand. So now on to the music journey. Why was now the right time to step into music publicly?
Well, I've always wanted to get into music. I've always wanted to. I was a part of a couple of groups. I was a part of a couple of dance groups. But with now being able to hold your career yourself and be independent and be able to have more control over your career and not have to, know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. It just made it left the industry wide open, and I got something to say.
This is very.
I got something to say.
This is so true. There's too much going on with everything being exposed right now in the music industry. And I need not say exactly what is going on, but we all know what is happening. So finding a lane and making sure you stick to it and standing true to yourself is definitely a big bonus.
Please.
So is music therapy, storytelling, or both for you?
I would have to say both. Because it's definitely telling the story, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times it's therapeutic because I love to dance, so I definitely make music, where I can definitely dance to and stuff like that. But, I'm definitely telling my life story and where I came from and how I built this, you know what I'm saying? Like literally didn't know that God was placing me in a position to be where I am as far as my brand and my following and everything else. And it just lined up to be that. And it just felt like the perfect time. So here I am. And like I'm going to keep saying, I got something to say. Y'all going to hear me. Y'all going to hear me. Y'all going to hear me. Y'all going to hear me.
One more bonus question. What brought you to TikTok? What made TikTok the avenue that stood out the most for you?
Well, it was a couple of reasons how I got to TikTok. I literally had a bad time in my life. And not only that, I had my brand and I wanted to kick off my brand. To be honest with you, I was not dealing with TikTok. That was for the kids and everything else, but I kept hearing about it for business owners and I definitely was going to do anything I could to push TrapNative. And so I tried it. And that was all I was doing at first. And then all of a sudden, I started dancing and the love of my life danced into my life.
Oh,
And here I am 5 years later. All credit goes to this woman right here for the growth, because she held me accountable all the time. Y'all don't see it because she got my back as far as y'all concerned, but she definitely holds me accountable. Make sure that I stay on task at what I'm supposed to be doing and where I'm supposed to be. So thank you for that, babe. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I definitely see all the growth that has came from being with you. I've been in worse situations, and this one is definitely healthy. This one is definitely something where a relationship where I can say that I have grown and took a risk and prospered.
You are making, you know what? I appreciate that, babe, because so many times we have seen so much. We have been through so much together, and it definitely is a breath of fresh air to know that there's someone that has my back 100% unconditionally, and vice versa from me to her. So
don't get me wrong, she'll get on that butt and I get on that butt too, but you know what I'm saying? It's all once you make that commitment that you just gonna do it with somebody, you gonna do it with them. Whatever come along with it, you just gonna do it with them. If you gonna do it with them, you gonna do it with them. It ain't gonna always be pretty.
We in this together.
Sheesh.
So next question. Do you feel exposed releasing music than launching podcasts?
I would say the music. It's definitely gonna be the music. But this venture for you is definitely exciting too for the podcast too. Here I am, you know what I'm saying, on the interview.
The first of many to come.
Let's go.
I foresee this in the future for her because, she definitely has a story to tell the whole world, and she definitely has something to say, and to definitely be in her presence, I feel forever grateful because I feel like it's destiny. We're here together, doing this together. Amen. Now, with love and business, Lordy, what's the hardest part about mixing love and business?
Generally, I don't do it. I really don't do it. I want to say just like God really came down, tapped me on my shoulder and said, "Hey, I brought this here for you because I generally don't do it." You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't advise anybody else to do it because it's just not something you want to mix, because if one thing goes wrong, it both goes wrong. And I don't like that. Like, that's just like a 2 for 1. Nah.
Yeah, this is something she's definitely said from the beginning. She doesn't normally mix business with pleasure, but there was just something that we just could not do. Yeah, we just couldn't keep our hands off of each other.
It was destiny.
It was destiny.
It was definitely destiny.
How do you protect your feminine energy in CEO mode?
I wouldn't even say it's a matter of protecting my feminine energy, because I am just me at all times. I mean, I can get up and it is what it is. I am me at all times. My feminine energy is really just my smiley energy at all times. It's just smiley energy. It wouldn't be no masculine energy. It wouldn't be no feminine energy. It's just smiley energy. It's just me all the time.
Speaking of smiley energy and feminine energy, do you subscribe to any pronouns? Especially, we know with the LGBTQ plus, I'm not going to say all the letters of the alphabet in our community. However, how do you subscribe? Do you subscribe to any pronouns in this particular area or in any time of your life?
No. And I say that because I'm from the old school, all this is all new to me. It's like technology. It's all new to me. I know one way and one way only, but for at the end of the day, I'm a woman that loves women. So I love women. I don't subscribe to no pronouns. I'm a mother. And I have always been comfortable in my skin.
So do you believe it's important to, or do you think it's important for everyone to have to subscribe to a pronoun?
You ain't never got to subscribe to nothing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, people always put me in the category of a stud, and I not to argue with them if that's what they see me as. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like religion. It's definitely how you feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's what you believe, you know, and I choose to believe that I'm a woman that loves women. That's all I've subscribed to. I'm a woman that loves women. That's all I'll ever subscribe to.
Amen. Well, what has our partnership taught you about yourself? I can't answer this, but just
a lot more patience. Big thing is savings. I have always been a get it, blow it type of person. Now, like I said, the growth, man, I am saving money now. I'm able to, I'm on auto pay, y'all, man. Like, man, I'm on auto pay now. You know what I'm saying? I'm on auto pay and don't even worry about it. Like, I'm on auto pay. So yeah, about the savings and being patient and learning to work with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not always my way and it's not always her way. Sometimes we have to meet in the middle. Sometimes it's her way. Sometimes it's my way. But it works.
We just make it work.
It works.
Make it work.
It works.
So we have definitely, I appreciate you for that answer because, you know, it definitely, saving is a big thing. Finances are a big thing in a relationship. People may not want to completely admit that, but you have to be able to take on that role with your partner, depending on who's doing it. It doesn't matter who makes more or who makes less, as long as you are working together to make sure that bills are paid. Meanwhile, having funds for emergency.
Yeah.
That emergency stash is definitely.
And if you save, you will save yourself some gray hair. Trust me. If you save, you will save yourself some gray hair. Straight like that. Though.
Don't mind these gray hairs. This is not from that, but yeah, we ain't gonna talk about those. Anyway, so we have come to the section of rapid pressure, where I'm gonna ask some rapid pressure questions. You don't get to think about it, just answer it.
Oh wow. This wasn't in the program.
Well, here we go. So, quick, the first one, pressure breaks or builds?
Builds. Pressure builds. Definitely pressure builds.
Can you give a reason?
Well, for me, I'm never breaking. But I mean, breaking is just not an option. I mean, if you put breaking in the option, it's definitely got to be the other thing. I wouldn't even care what the other option was, but breaking was never an option for me.
This is true. Boss or leader?
Both.
Can't be both. You got to pick one or the other.
Leader.
Okay.
Leader. If I had to pick one, I had to be the leader.
Because if you're a leader, that means you're the boss.
I'm the boss anyway.
And the boss can always be always replaceable.
But a leader can't.
Exactly. All right. Feminine power or hustle culture?
Hustle culture.
Explain.
Gotta get it, man. I need that. Y'all don't even know, man. I try to do 20 streams of income coming in, man. You might even catch me delivering food to your door through DoorDash, man. I got to get it. You know what I'm saying? Every hustle, every dollar counts. You know what I'm saying? I got my GED. I get every dollar, okay? I get every dollar. Trust it.
And she definitely is about that life, because no matter in what situation, there's always funds coming in with her. There's never been a moment where it's been just...
Hey, now don't be telling mom all that.
You know, I have to be honest, because she hustle.
I hustle.
She definitely.
I'm just kidding. I love you, man. Hey, don't be talking about my wallet on here. You ain't say we was going to talk about my bankroll.
What was in your wallet?
You ain't say we was only talking about my bankroll.
I'm just saying that you always have money coming in.
I know about you. That's like you talking about my bankroll.
Oh my God. Here we go.
My bankroll.
You are something else. Okay, deep question for you. When everything feels heavy, what keeps you grounded?
God. I mean, my faith, because I always know that no matter what situation I have been in or what situation has ever approached me in my life, he's worked it out. Have I stressed in the process? And I realized that I stressed for no reason, because my faith is that he gonna pull me through. Always comes through.
That's very good. Wow. Okay. Speaking of God and faith, how do you apply that on a daily basis, especially in the most difficult times?
Well, I was raised with the fear of God. You know what I'm saying? I don't really fear man, so I was raised with the fear of God. So I apply it in life all the time, because, God sits high and looks low, and he sees everything. So when you think you're getting away with something, you're really not. Just do the right thing. It's better. It works out better for you. You don't have to worry about those kind of things. If if you had a choice in doing the right thing and the wrong thing, and you did the right thing, you don't even have to worry about it. But if you didn't have a choice and you did the wrong thing, you probably didn't have a choice, right? But if you have a choice to do the right thing or the wrong thing, and you choose to do the right thing, then you all right. You all right. Life is about choices.
Okay. Okay, CeoSmiley, I hear you.
Big energy.
Woo. So silly. So what's next for TrapNative Brand?
Oh man, everything. So TrapNative Brand, we just started a music brand right now. I just signed 2 AI artists. I'm an artist myself. We doing big things. I got the filming coming up. She's got the podcast, and I'm trying to get a little reality show going on. We just trying to, you know what I'm saying? We just basking in it right now. We basking in it right now. You feel me? I made it out. Yeah, I made it out.
Oh, shit. Come on with it.
I'm basking, man. I'm basking in it. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. I'm basking in it.
So for those that don't know, can you explain what TrapNative Brand means? The meaning behind Trap.
Oh yeah, TrapNative is trap, taking risk and prospering. And I'm a native, you know what I'm saying, of the streets too. So, it has like a little dual meaning, but definitely, taking that risk and prospering. But from the streets, I'm a native too. I'm from 60621, you know what I'm saying? Chi-Town, No Love City. I gotta send a shout out there. I'm sorry, man, y'all. I'm from my own Inglewood, you know what I'm saying? But I love Chi, man. So it all ties into everything. You feel me? Like, culture. It just ties into culture. Yeah, culture. Thank you for that. That's you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Yeah.
What can people expect musically this year?
Man, we finna be everywhere. I got a lot of different projects right now that I'm working on right now. I'm thinking about skipping the EP part and rolling straight to the album thing, and just keep going from there. Keep pushing these other artists. For me, it's just about letting people see my art. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know my music ain't like everybody else's, but it's definitely like me.
And that's definitely true. Now, you made mention of AI artists, signing AI artists. What is your take on this new, I don't want to call it new, because AI
it's not new.
Definitely been around for quite some time. Even the little things people don't really think about, it definitely has been around. What do you feel about AI in the music industry?
Well, I get asked this question a lot, and it's never going to change. I mean, I'm definitely a Gen Xer, so I was around for the 8-tracks. I was around for the Atari. I was around for all the technology, the AOL, all the technology that has just came out to be from cars driving themselves and things like that. Facial recognition, FaceTime, all that has been technology stepping into a new lane. But unfortunately, us as humans, we just don't adapt to change that well. And so we we want to push it out. I remember when people were saying that they was never going to get a smartphone because they think the government is listening to them and stuff like that. But now if you don't know how to work a smartphone, you definitely not moving into this next level of technology. So one thing leads to another. And if you skip a level, you definitely going to get left behind. It's wide open. It's wide open for art. You know what I'm saying? And it should be, people can build off of that. You know what I'm saying? You just build off of, it's there to make it easier for you. It's there because time is money nowadays. Time is definitely money.
Right.
So it's there to, you know what I'm saying? Like I support it.
Amen.
Wholeheartedly.
Finding your lane, right?
Find my own lane.
That's exactly what it is.
Make sure y'all check out Extreme. Make sure y'all check out Something Special. Those are my AI artists. Yeah, they out on all platforms too. And I also have Monet X. Y'all watch out for her. She coming out too. But yeah, so and y'all better get with it or get left behind. I'm so sorry.
Stepping bold. That's what I'm talking about. How do you want women to feel when they hear CeoSmiley?
Wow, that's a good question. I really want people to just listen to it and just and give it a fair shot, you know. But it's not necessarily just for the women. That's just for everybody. I make music for everybody. I don't make music for women. I don't make music strictly for men. I don't make music strictly for the club. I try to make music for everybody. Hence some of our greatest entertainers, i.e. Given, Will Smith, Michael Jackson, and Justin Timberlake. Sorry, I had to throw him in there because he's one of the people that dips into all those genres. And that's what it's about when you're an artist, because you ain't nobody if ain't nobody listening to you. I'm sorry, let me say it.
This is true.
I'm sorry, let me say it.
See, I personally know who inspires you in the music industry, but for those that don't know,
oh, my biggest inspirations, like I'm heavy on it. I'm heavy on Queen Latifah. Shout out to the Queen. I met her once in my lifetime. Missy Elliott, I really like her work. I really like her art. I really like where she took music, how she definitely put her foot in music in her own lane and the Brat. My hometown, that's my twin right there. Shout out to the Brat. She definitely, you know what I'm saying, raised the bar for females. They definitely led the way for this. They paved the way for this, and can't nobody take it away from. I don't want to take away from MC Lyte either. Shout out to MC Lyte too.
The MC Lyte. Yeah, I love me some MC Lyte. Okay, so with speaking on the music, I just wanted to dabble a little bit into the culture of the music from past till now. What is your favorite genre and why?
My favorite genre would have to be that R&B neo soul, because it has soul. A lot of people say, you know, the music have to have a lot of soul in it, and R&B neo soul was definitely my era. Shout out to Jill Scott. Hey, I wasn't the ecstatic. I guess I get it. I mean, I'm just saying, great music is great music. You know what I'm saying? You got to appreciate great music. You got to appreciate great musicians. You got to appreciate people that even open they life up to you and let you in. So, like, that's my favorite genre. I would like to dibble and dabble in that real soon. So definitely look forward to that.
All right. Now, I see that you have a song with Norkin for Life.
Shout out to Norkin!
How did that come about? And explain to everyone what that was like working with her. Did it feel more like a job? Did it feel like it was a mutual connection, a mutual venture? And what do you foresee in the future as far as that is concerned?
Let me sit up for this one. because I definitely want to give my fam her props. I was just dabbling around in the music, and she heard one of my rough drafts, and she loved it so much, and she wanted to help me, and so she made it clean. She got on it. She definitely showed much love, and I definitely see more projects with me and her. But we wanted to stand up for our community and say that we can work together. A lot of times they always say that we can't work together. And in that community, I mean the LGBTQIA community. Sorry if I missed any letters, but that community that we don't stick together and we don't encourage each other. And so me and her have been supporting each other for years, and we're going to continue to do that. And we're going to continue to lead and show everybody that we can do this together. So she has a lot of projects of her own, and I have projects of my own, but we definitely always going to come together, and it's going to be love, man. Shout out to North Care for Life.
No, let everybody know your music that you have on all platforms right now. Give you an opportunity to shout out your business as far as music and everything else in this.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So out on all platforms, I got Baseline Magic. That was my first project. I got On the Block with me and Nora Kim for Life. And I have Trampolini, which is my new fast clubby kind of song. I'm gonna keep it thanging. But yeah, so I Made It Out is definitely the next single to drop. But yes, just gonna be working on this album and trying to get it all together. Now that I got the time to make a shout out to my beautiful fiancé. Give it up for the queen. Next, I can't leave this interview without shouting out my beautiful daughter. Little Sicko, I guess. We're going to leave it at that. Baby Sicko. Okay, yeah, we're going to leave it at that. That's her stage name. Look out for her, too. She got some music coming out, too. And last but not least, I want to send out this interview, for my mom, you know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely got to give a shout out to the woman that definitely instilled everything in me and made me be the person that I grew up to be.
Just before we even close out, I just wanted to really have you tell us what inspired you the most about your mom, and has her life affected or inspired your journey into the music business as well as business for yourself?
Well, yeah, my mom, you know what I'm saying? Such a fucking lady. She was an internet DJ, and she was very, very big in the social media world before I even grasped social media. And I would watch her and how she handled a room, and like literally a room full of people online, you know what I'm saying? So, and that was very inspiring for me, and I would see it day and night, and she was dedicated to it. Them people loved my mom. When I tell you I still have contact with some of those people still reach out to me. They loved my mom. Rest in peace, such a fucking lady.
I love that. And the thing about it also, when she speaks very highly of her mom. And I definitely see her mom in her, even though I don't say it. But you definitely, from what I've been told, because I have not met her. I would have loved to. But definitely hearing about her, she definitely is an embodiment of her mom.
I feel like I turn to her every day, but that just comes with age and wisdom. The same things my mom told me, I find myself telling my child. So that just comes with it. It comes with the territory.
That's given. I am definitely proud of this. And I just want to say thank you for showing up for me as a partner in this new venture.
I'll come back as much as you want me to.
Oh, yeah.
I know where you live.
Seriously?
I know where you live.
You know where I sleep too.
Yeah, I was worried about those little rapid questions. I thought that was going to I said, man, here we go.
I stayed away from that only because I have something different planned later on down the line. So stay tuned for more episodes to come. I definitely would love to interview some couples, and that rapid pressure question section is going to be a little bit more steamier. I made it out. In closing, I just want to say thank you for showing up fully and just as my partner, but as a woman walking boldly in her purpose. This is Under Pressure, where real stories meet real growth. And I just want to say thank you all for tuning in. Check out the next episode. I am going to make sure to try to definitely post weekly. I'm not going to hold that just yet, but I just wanted to make sure that I introduce my babe properly so that everyone gets to know her for who she really is. And look out for her album coming out hopefully soon.
And I just want to say thank you for having me. And it's my pleasure to be the first person to put my foot down and stamp on that Under Pressure. Let's go. Real stories.
Be sure to tune in. Check me out on all platforms. I will definitely be streaming on Spotify, Apple, as far as podcast streaming is concerned. Catch me on all social media platforms, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Everywhere media is, that's where I will be. Thank you. This is Under Pressure with First Lady Pressure. Out.
Under pressure, I'm gon' back. Did you shine when I lasted to escape? Every yes turn, this is no safe. I'm my name, they go loud in the van.